Check, check. Okay, audio levels are looking good. I see my big giant head. I think it's time for Lotro Stream. Hi everybody, it's Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to Adventures After Dark. It's Friday night. I'm excited to be here, and we're going to continue the adventures of Mandalinia. She's an elf, she's a rune keeper, she is on Evernight, and she is forging a path straight through eastern Gondor. And I've accidentally leveled her up too much, so it's not that difficult right now. Hardhit checking in. Hi, Big Head Ed. Hello, Hardhit. How the heck are you? Let's see where we're at. So the first thing we need to do is crack open a cold one. And normally for me that means a Coke Zero, but tonight I'm going to enjoy a Venom. Strawberry apple. Yeah, it's been a nice Friday night so far. Mrs. Mustafa didn't feel like cooking, so I picked up some pizza. And we hung out and ate dinner and watched a little TV, and she took a little nap, and now it's time for Lotro, which is always a good thing. Why am I here? I don't know. The important thing is I do have my fishing pole out. We'll go ahead and swap it for my runestone. Hi, Pookie. Did you want to say hello? Or did you just want a drink of my strawberry apple venom? Not too much. I don't want you staying awake all night watching me sleep. It's creepy.
I don't like that one as much.
I know, sweetie. And much like how you don't like the Coke Zero, you're going to go ahead and drink it anyway. That's just how she rolls. So we can switch those. Well, today's supposed to be our last cold day for a while. It was about 20 degrees with a nasty north wind here today. And then Sunday it's going to be 65 and sunny. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be like 52. So if I don't make it out to the airplane field tomorrow, I'll definitely try to get out there Sunday, unless the wind's howling 40 miles an hour, which when you get these kind of temperature swings is typically what happens. But that's okay. I'm just glad the weekend's here. Although that whole spring forward thing, Saturday night, Sunday morning, one of my least favorite days of the year. It's like, ugh. I don't want to give up an hour of sleep, much less an hour of weekend. But Mrs. Mustafa assures me that since it's still supposed to be relatively cold tomorrow, we don't have any plans, and I can sleep in and relax. Plus, she's thawing bacon, so I might be in for some breakfast tomorrow, which is a good thing. I've just given up on sorting out stuff. I'm just trying to get rid of some of these shattered hatchets, so we'll just keep doing that. Rangers of Ithilien shattered hatchets. I'll get rid of 2 more stacks of these, and then we'll see what other kind of mischief we can get started. Goofy old lady checking in. Hello, Goofy. It is great to see you, dear. So if you don't have any plans for the weekend, you guys, make plans for the weekend. I heard somebody say what we do with our days is how we live our lives. So if you're sitting around not doing nothing, change that. Get out and do something you've been wanting to do but you've been putting off. call friends, call family, interact with some folks. None of us know how much time we have to be on this earth, and we don't know how long we're going to be here, and we don't know how long the people that we care about are going to be here. So spend some time reaching out. That is my advice. And just like that, I've got 2 more pack spaces opened up. That's very exciting. Goofy says, great to see you. Glad you are doing much better. Yeah, I'm just about to 100%. My energy level, when I go upstairs, it doesn't drag me quite as much. I can't say I'm completely 100%, but I got to be 98, 99%. I'm really feeling pretty good. I'm over that long bout of the stomach flu or Omicron or whatever it was I had. I never tested positive for COVID, but with these antigen tests, I don't know how accurate they are, especially when you're taking them at home. So technically, I don't know that I had Omicron, but I've had similar stomach flu in the past, maybe 6-7 years ago, and it really knocks me on my ass. So I am glad to be feeling a lot better. Appetite's good. Energy level's a lot better. Cough is gone. Really no lasting effects other than the fact that I dropped a whole pant size because I basically didn't eat for 10 days, which frankly was probably a good thing. So yeah, I'm glad to be back and fit as a fiddle. Don't take your health for granted either. You got to take care of yourself. Much like we're only allotted so much time on this earth, we're only allotted one body, and you have to take care of it. What do we do? Task limit reached. Okay, that's always a good thing. That means we can scoot right on back out to Eastern Gondor and start questing some more. So somewhere around here there should be a bunch of quests. I'll pop in and check in here just to make sure I'm not missing anything so far. I don't see any quest rings, so these must not be active yet. Probably have to go do some stuff down below before I can come back up here and pick up more quests. Or I already took these, which could also be the case. But if I had, they'd have blue rings up above their head, waiting for me to go complete whatever, so... I think my original theory that I have to do some quests for the guys down on the ground floor first is probably correct. We ride for down there and for glory. Okay, that wasn't very Rohirric. I apologize. We got a bunch of bounties we can pick up. Singer says, fortunately you don't have to be Rohirric whilst in Gondor. That is a good point. And hello, Zinger.
Will you help me with my task? My brother and I are from the Blackroot Vale, and we seek adventure.
Choose one. Critical defense or critical.
We will be the first to fell one of the mighty Mûmakil.
Alright, we're going to go hunting Mûmak.
I can hardly contain my excitement.
He can hardly contain his excitement.
Seems to me there is still work to do. I need your help with something.
I'm about to travel and I don't see any other quests, so yeah, we can do that. Although we do have a quest here.
Will you help me with my task?
Set traps. Yeah, I'll set some traps for you. Alright, let's go hunt that Mûmak.
I need your help with something. I can hardly contain my excitement.
Here we go.
My brother and I have sworn a solemn vow to bring down the mighty Mûmakil that have come to Gondor.
They did not make it. I'm good, Zinger. How was your week? We missed you on Wednesday. We did Deeping Wall 12-man, I think with 9 of us. Got gold overall, got a new side quest. Everybody got some promotion points off of it. It was a good time. Apparently Rem was very, very bored. He was quite insistent that we let him join us, even though he was like 30 levels below us. So I figured an epic battle would let everybody join. Ironfoot Smooches was able to join us. Owen 32 was there. Val joined us. It was a good time. Maybe we had 10. We had spots for you and Gipio, but you were missed. Hard Hit might have missed you most of all. Yeah, sorry about midweek. I picked up some allergies or a little cold or something. Guess spring is coming, although there's a little snow coming tomorrow, so yeah, what can you do? We are still desperate for snow here. We're supposed to get 3 to 6 inches and then it missed us. The wind pushed in from the north and it was so dry here. Instead of 6 inches of snow, we got a light dusting and it all evaporated almost instantly, even though we were well below freezing. Our dew points are down in the single digits. We're running away. There we go. I probably have to go downstairs again. We ride for Gondor and for glory.
Next time we will have one for sure. My brother and I will go with you to Osgiliath to seek Faramir.
Find Faramir or his men within the Osgiliath culverts. You can't send me straight to Osgiliath, seriously? I do have some other quests, but actually I've already been to Osgiliath, so that won't be that big of a thrill. We'll keep that in our hip pocket, though. That's okay. See, Nick Cage has a new movie where he plays himself. Instant success. I even like Nick Cage's bad movies, and he's made a lot of them. So let's unlock all of these and see where the quest guide takes us. There's unlock. I just couldn't see it for some reason. Alright, travel to Minas Tirith is the closest quest. Why would that be? Maybe I'm supposed to go the other direction. I don't know what I'm doing. If you guys have been watching for any period of time, you already knew that, though. If you dislike Con Air or Gone in 60 Seconds, we pretty much can't be friends anymore. Although I would have to say, I didn't dislike Gone in 60 Seconds. It was formulaic almost to the point of being pointless and boring. I didn't hate the movie, but it could have been more cleverly written. I realize it's a remake of an older film, but I doubt that the original movie was quite that formulaic. I don't know, maybe. Roving Threats of Eastern Gondor. We'll not pick those up just yet.
The Mughal host must be defeated.
I know there's a bunch of quests here. Gipio checking in. Hello, Gipio. Or if you played Apex. Apex is dead to me. Although I did see on YouTube today the Gaming Merchant did a video about how Mad Maggie was not as popular as some of the other new legends, and that now she's way down in popularity. She's not getting picked nearly as much. And I just posted my usual, I hate Mad Maggie's guts and I quit the game until she's deleted permanently. Because, you know, that's how I feel. But, you know, that's okay. If other people are playing, enjoying Apex, then I'm glad for them. I was meaning with the Gone in 60 Seconds reference. Okay. Held a message for reason, racism level 1. Allow it to post chat. What got auto-modded? That's super weird. I don't know. It doesn't show me the message, only that it got modded. Oh, it was when I shortened Gipio's name to the first 3 letters. All good. Well, that's super weird. Well, it might have been thinking that you said gyp. Believe it or not, if you say I really got gypped, that's considered a slur against gypsies. Who knew? Ooh, Skarn. Unlike naming your kinship after a classic share tune, all share tunes are classic. I'm a little bit offended that you would imply that there might be a share tune that is not a classic singer. How did that not kill him instantly? Unless there are some that Richard Cheese covered unfaithfully. Yes, for those who don't know, the kinship here on Evernight is gypsies, tramps, and thieves. I was missing the old song request days, and I logged on. Matter of fact, I think it was last night. I just popped on to do task item turn-ins on a couple of characters, and so I actually fired up my secondary playlist in Mûbot because I wasn't streaming. So they can't really stop me from listening to music if I'm not posting it anywhere. And I was laughing because my last playlist I had was new music, and most of the songs that were coming up were still 25 years old. I'm kind of ancient. I'd be very hard pressed to even name a song from within the last 10 years. Sir Waffle says, "Call Me Maybe?" Check it. See when Call Me Maybe was originally released. I'll bet it's been 10 years now. That is an old tune. A bad tune, but an old tune. You might be old too if that was the best you can come up with, Sir Waffles. I'm worried about you. Very close, 2021. 2012. Well, it's 2022. That's a 10-year-old song, give or take a couple months. Debuted on the Hot 100 March 10th. That song was at least 10 years old yesterday. That's pretty funny. But some of the bands that have come along, it's like, I don't know, people who are into Coldplay kind of baffle me. I'm like, who's Coldplay, and name any song of theirs? And it turns out that I I at least would know the song Yellow if I heard it. And it's like, people dig this band, really? Oh, geez, it debuted on my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Sir Waffles. Okay, we got Mûmak. Am I supposed to kill a Mûmak? Do I even want to try to fight a Mûmak? I was already at Lan Mifim. There's a lot of Mûmak around here. Lord, it says defeat a beast, 1 of 12? How many Mûmak am I supposed to kill? Another one bites the dust. Quests available, the harder they fall. Alright, well I wish I had clicked on that sooner. I hope I don't have to go fight 2 more or 4 more. That's my point though, man. Time flies faster than you think. I think I was listening to Volcano Girls by Veruca Saltz. I was like, this is still a great tune. And then it flashed up that was from like 1997. I'm like, holy cow. Volcano Girls is 25 years old. It's not a great work of art. It doesn't really tell me anything about man and the human condition. But it's a fun tune. It rocks a little, you know. But it's twice as old as most of the Fortnite players out there. It's pretty remarkable. Man, I thought I had a row and a half of pack space when I started. Look at all that junk. Alright, I think we're going to go pick on more Mûmak. Ooh, I'm already getting my ass kicked. Yep, there we go. That came on way. See, you kill two of them and you don't really have too hard of a time, and then the third one just pounds you. It's like, what's the point of that? Why would this third one be that much harder than the first two? Enchantment runes, a heritage rune. Yeah, well, we'll go back and kill some more. It was the child of the first two, you monster. It was out for vengeance. You were probably correct. We'll get that up and going. Since Scipio seems to delight in watching me die over and over and over, I rarely disappoint. I don't think there's really any particularly big reward to completing Eastern Gondor. Maybe the Arnok travel point, but once you're through the zone, I mean, you don't usually come back. I don't anyway. Not that I dislike Eastern Gondor, but Osgiliath and Minas Tirith are so close together. Those are really the 2 points of interest, so... Alright, let's do this a little smarter. We got some resources we can use. Alright, once more into the breach. Ah, come on, Ed. Really, you're already dragging skills off the skill bar? Run away! Ooh, these stuns aren't good, I know that. That might cost me, yeah. Can't get stunned, Ed. That is not going to help you. I think stuns are OP. There we go. Really? Man. Looked like I was out of the box. I should have been safe. That stun and that rain of arrows. Boy, that came on fast. Is that a third one already? I think it is. What's in the can tonight? Venom or canned pop? It's Venom. I'm drinking strawberry apple Venom. Good and good for me. Slice of the pie. Don't forget that Monday is Pie Day. Also the Ides of March. Also Saturday night, Sunday morning is Spring Forward, for those of you who observe daylight savings time. And St. Patrick's Day is coming up, I think, on Thursday. So lots of fun stuff going on all over the place. Yeah, if I were smart, I would turn left instead of right here, but I'm going to go get my 4th Mûmakil. I was going to say if it kills me, but it already has 3 times. So, that's a whole thing. Scrolls are probably still, yeah. We can do the food again. I don't know, let's see what else we have for buff stuff. Tome of Defense. Scroll of Finesse, why not? Worst thing that happens is I use them up and then run out of, or have extra pack space. I'll take it. Okay, hopefully I can dance better. Just enabled developer mode, bro. I know, right? Time to get some healing going, brah. There we go. Completed. Friend to the Rangers of Ithilien. Nice. Completed Beast Slayer of Eastern Gondor. I would hate to have to accomplish that all by... Good job, Lifeline. Thank you. Maybe this one's more powerful. Is that the issue? Yeah, he's got 500,000 morale. Are they all like that? Yeah, they all are. Okay. What the hell am I doing fighting something that has 500,000 morale by myself? I'm an idiot. You guys already knew that. Alright, here we go. No stuns, no stuns, no stuns. That's that double whammy they've been getting me with. Let's keep those heals going. Nice. 4 out of 4 Mûmakil down. And in all fairness to me, I killed 4 of them and they only killed me 3 times. So, I don't know. I'll call that a win. Hi, Ginger. I am on Evernight, Ginger. And Lungerthin Lord's checking in. Life is very good, except for Mrs. Mustafa's cooking. But fortunately, she didn't cook tonight. What night was it? I guess it was last night. She's like, I made food. And again, Mrs. Mustafa doesn't work. She just hangs out at home all day watching cooking shows. And she decided for dinner, after watching hours and hours and hours of America's Test Kitchen, that macaroni and cheese and kielbasa would be dinner. And even by her own admission, it didn't turn out very good. She scorched the kielbasa, and the macaroni and cheese was just really flat and flavorless. But it was fine. Now I'm going to go to North Ithilien and pick 10,000 flowers so I can get the North Ithilien armor. Who is baby? I am a dude. Donnie checking in. Hello, Donnie. A little bug. Donnie is a friend of mine who uses speech to text. So sometimes what Donnie types in chat is not what Donnie said. And that's okay. We're all used to it. And Donnie is just sweetness and wonderful and light, so please do not take anything Donnie puts into chat as meant to be derogatory in any way. I don't think he has it in him, and he's been hanging out with me, so he must be pretty resilient to it. She's a virtuoso at that mac and cheese. Oh, if only that were true. And it's a combination of not being picky herself and just not I don't know if I want to say not caring, but just not paying attention when she's cooking. And I think my sister Patty had a similar problem with cooking, at least till she got older. She wanted to cook well, but you know, you can't, if you're cooking something, you don't step away from it. You don't leave it going in the kitchen unless it's something that's got to simmer for 30 minutes or put in the oven for 2.5 hours. That's a different deal. Then you set a timer, you walk away. But if you're actively sautéing something or cooking something in a saucepan, you just have to stay with it and watch it and guide it and care for it and bring it home. And with Mrs. Mustafa, I don't know if it's just she doesn't have the attention span for it. She has to go sit down, or she has to, I'll watch YouTube videos while I'm waiting for this macaroni and cheese to boil. Rockhead said I had macaroni and cheese and ham for lunch. Well, if Mrs. Mustafa didn't cook it, Rockhead, it was probably pretty good. That's a good combination, too. Ham with macaroni and cheese goes pretty well together. I don't know, I'm going to find most of those bounties out here that I picked up. We'll see, I guess. I know, Donnie, I explained it for you, buddy. There we go. We're just going to defeat some beasts. How come that didn't count? That was weird. Am I not in the right spot? Or maybe it was a skirmisher. I just thought it was another warg or wolf over there. If it was an orc, it wouldn't count towards Beast Slayer. Lungerthan Lord made stuffed pork chops with green apple stuffing and mashed potatoes with corn. That sounds terrific. We'll go back here and look around. I did eat pretty well today. Mentioned I brought pizza home for dinner, and that was fine. It's just food. It was one of the reasons I'm not snacking. I had like 4 slices of pepperoni and some breadsticks, and I'm definitely carb loaded. But for lunch, I was going to go to this Asian restaurant. I didn't realize how much, because to me, Vietnamese food is different from Thai food, is different from Chinese, is different from Japanese, is different from Korean, is different from Indian. And I would rotate all of that into my normal lunch routine fairly regularly because I had all of that by my old data center. Vietnamese not as much, but Thai, Chinese, and Japanese was usually not a problem. And then once in a while Vietnamese, once in a while Korean. If I wanted to go out and maybe just drive an extra couple of miles away from the office, it wasn't any big deal. And where I'm working now, it's not that there isn't good food, there's just not a variety. It's like, okay, do you want to go to a good burger place, an expensive but not so good burger place, an expensive and good burger place? It's like all the food's the same out there, and it's just, I mean, it's suburban sports bar food and or fast food chains for the most part. And it's just, it takes a lot of extra time and effort to find good places to eat. So the Nicaraguan place with the grilled pork, steak, and chicken with the beans and rice and the fried plantains, I've been hitting that pretty regularly. And I went to go to this Chinese restaurant today, and I hadn't tried it yet, and I read the reviews, and there were some comments that kind of indicated, well, it might be kind of a weird, flaky little restaurant, but by all accounts, the food's really good. And it's like, okay, I can live with weird and flaky. I just want to eat good food. And I drive out there, and there's a sign on the door, oh, sorry, our dining room and counter are closed. Please use drive-through. And it's like, the whole point of me going out to lunch is to get the hell out of the office for an hour. You know, it's like I would rather eat McDonald's and enjoy some peace and quiet than, you know, take good if not great food back to my desk or eat in our break room. And it's like, so I decided, you know what, I'm not going to get the Chinese food. And it was, the place was actually really close to the Nicaraguan grill. So I went and did pupusas again today, and they're pretty extraordinary. They're these, it's white corn masa, and they stuff it with beans and pork and cheese, and they grill them almost like a pancake with those savory ingredients in the middle. And the taste of that white corn masa mix coming fresh off of the griddle, fresh out of the frying pan, just a really terrific fresh grilled corn taste. It's really hard to describe, but if you tasted it, if you've ever had a really good fresh tamale, not a canned tamale, not an old tamale, not a tamale that was cooked 3 days ago and then reheated, but a good fresh tamale, it's that same kind of fresh, light grilled corn taste. And the ingredients inside are nice and subtle. But I order 3 of them, and you eat them they're like savory pancakes. And you cut them up on a plate, and you just eat them bite by bite like you would flapjacks. But they give you a hot sauce to pour on them, and the owner has a kind of a hot relish he makes out of, I think it's carrots, jalapeno, and onion. And it's chopped together really fine. And you can spread that across it to pick up some heat. And I ordered a grilled chorizo sausage, and I cut up the chorizo into bite-sized chunks and spread it throughout, and ate all of it together. That was just terrific. It was really, really good. So I've been trying to eat better lunches because I know Mrs. Mustafa hasn't felt much like cooking lately, and that's okay. And actually thought about picking up the stuff to make lasagna myself tonight, and then I didn't really feel like cooking either, so I empathize. But yeah, the pupusas were fantastic, and on top of everything else, the place has Coke Zero on fountain, so it's just, there's a reason I go there so much. The food's terrific, Coke Zero's flowing, the prices are actually pretty reasonable compared to a lot of the other places in the area, and the owner's real friendly, and yeah, I just dig the place. And it's something different, and it's about as ethnic as it gets out that direction. So, chorizo makes everything yum yum. I do not disagree. Chorizo's quite good. And this was really good. The chorizo, I don't know if it was a beef or a pork chorizo, but it was extremely lean. It grilled up very nicely. Wasn't overly spiced, but just had a very good lean, meaty quality to it, and blended perfectly good with the pupusas and the spicy relish. That was just a great combination. So I had a terrific lunch. Yesterday, I'm having the worst luck. That Taco John's that's by the office, where I go get my Taco Bravos on Thursdays, because they're good, they're cheap, it's not that far away. I can eat for $7. 2 Taco Bravos and a large Diet Dew, and I'm pretty well set for the day. I get there, and the lobby's closed because they're short-handed of staff. And normally this place doesn't have that problem. They've been open every time I've gone there the last 4 or 5 months. And I've been hitting that place almost once a week, too. So I didn't get my Taco Bravos yesterday. Chorizo and eggs, yes, classic. And I ended up just driving around looking for a place to eat. So I ended up at this bar and grill called Two Fine Irishmen. And they had a steak lunch for $11.99. I'm like, okay. Because another thing I can't get out of Mrs. Mustafa is much red meat because it's too pricey at the grocery store. So we've been eating more chicken and more fish and way more canned tuna than I care to remember. And that's fine. I mean, I like everything. I don't have to have red meat or steak all the time, but I haven't had very much lately. And it was like, you know what? I'll do the steak lunch. And it was pretty good. It wasn't fantastic. The steak itself was pretty good. None of the sides were anything to write home about. I had a salad, some green beans, some mashed potatoes and gravy, garlic toast. But with tip included, that ended up being like an $18.50 lunch. So I can't do that every day. But I hadn't splurged on lunch in a while, so I did that yesterday, and then I had the pupusas and chorizo today. So most of my best eating has been at lunchtime. Then whatever Mrs. Mustafa throws at me when I get home, it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. So we found Faramir's Lookout. And I've tagged the stable master, and Faramir's not here. So I think we go on to Osgiliath. And I know I've missed a bunch of quests out here, but it's like, okay, I don't know what really matters. Taco John's is raising their prices by 5%. Everybody's raising their prices by 5%, and it's going to keep happening. You know, diesel fuel's $5 a gallon, so literally the cost of everything, because everything gets transported by truck here in the States, is going to be going up. I mean, $5 a gallon diesel just screws up the whole economy. Yeah, I made the comment the other day, it's like, okay, so I understand people are getting shelled in Ukraine. Why would that increase the cost of butter here in the Midwest? It's not like Wisconsin's been invaded by Russia. It's just, I mean, it's stupid, the amount of inflationary pressure. You know, gas and oil, they can't raise the prices fast enough. You know, the United States is literally the #1 oil producing nation in the world, and we aren't pumping enough of our own oil. So, you know, the prices are, a lot of it's speculation. I mean, it's not like you can't get oil or gas. It's not like it's not available. But everybody's just anticipating reduced supply. So they're jacking up the prices, and it's like, yeah, okay. But it's kind of funny how, you know, all of a sudden now that the U.S. is banning Russian oil, hey, look who's here, Ginger. You know, now that we're cutting off import of Russian oil, All of a sudden, the U.S. is talking to Venezuela and Iraq again. That's kind of hilarious. Or Iran, rather, excuse me. I do know the difference between the two. And no matter how fearful you might be of Iran, remember, the world's best pistachios come from that area of the world, so we have to maintain friendly relations with Iran on some level, because we need the pistachios. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You guys are my friends. I'm fond of Mrs. Mustafa, but I love pistachios. I think she's out in the living room, so she can't hear me say that joke. That's why I'm still alive. Singer says, apparently Austria and Australia are two different places too. Who'd have thunk? Exactly. It's truly wild how interconnected the country's economies are. Yep. Just not those dyed pistachios that end up on my finger like I just robbed a pistachio bank and the pack exploded. It's still worth the bother, Zinger. Yeah, that's a thing. Oh, so also a complete non sequitur to what I was already talking about. I was just thinking about Mrs. Mustafa's probably out on her computer right now. I actually played and streamed a little bit of Lotro and Rocket League from Mrs. M's computer. And for those of you who haven't heard me blather about it yet, Mrs. Mustafa does not have a video card. She's got a Ryzen 5600G APU. It's 6 cores and 12 threads of Zen 3 core, which is very, very, very powerful, with integrated Vega 7 graphics, 7 nanometer Vega graphics, which is not anything to sneeze at. It's powerful enough that with no video card, I was able to play and stream Lotro at about 80 to 90 frames per second, and actually play and stream Rocket League. I didn't play with the video settings a lot. Rocket League was around 30 frames per second. It was completely playable, but that was at 1080p, 100% res scaling with very high quality or maximum quality graphics. So I could have tweaked it a little bit, maybe gone to, 80% scaling and gone with balanced or just high quality graphics, and probably gotten the frame rate up to 45 or 60 easily enough. But it was very surprising how well, with no video card, that chip is able to play and stream games. It's not going to do the AAA titles, but I am glad I tried it. And I suspected that it would do it, but, that was best guess, and best guess turned out to be correct. So, it's like, yeah, this does that just fine. Too many stuns. Yeah, unfortunately for these Easterlings, they count towards my Slayer deed. Was it tough having to play on Windows, though? Yeah, it was a big step back for me. No, Zinger, I can still play and stream on Windows just fine. But it was a Windows stream. Trying to play and stream Lotro on a PC with no video card, even I'm not crazy enough to attempt that. Actually, that would probably work fine too. I just don't think Mrs. Mustafa would like me installing Linux on her computer, so she wouldn't know how to use it anymore. Although it would be hilarious. And I've thought about doing it before just to test the usability of different Linux distros. Just go out and be like, hey honey, I yanked out your hard drive and converted you to, you know, Ubuntu. Good luck. And just see how well she's able to use it without me explaining everything to her. I think that would be a fun experiment. She might not think it was fun, but I would be highly amused. Look at Zinger talking shop. That Zinger, he's a PC hardware maven. He loves this stuff. So I could do some more quests out there in Eastern Gondor, but like I said, I don't know there's really that much point to it. If I'm missing something spectacular, y'all feel free to speak up and let me know, but this is one of those sections of the game where you just kind of pass through it, run whatever quests you find, and once you get to Osgiliath, it's like, what was that area behind me? I don't really remember. Which is a shame. They put some cool design elements into a lot of it, but it's like, okay. I mean, there's a lot of wilderness out there without much to it, so. And like I said, I spent a little too much time meandering through central Gondor, so now I'm a bit over level. Everything here is green and gray, so I'm not having too much trouble with any of these fights unless it's with the Mûmakil. Is there a bat that's mad at me? Yes. There's a backpack right here somewhere. Was this the backpack I was seeing? Maybe. I don't know I've ever been up those stairs before, ever. Normally I'm busy cutting through there. Let's go have a peek since I'm just out here taking the tour. What we got going on up here, fellas? Tried to get away before I got stunned. Zones that aren't tied with class trait points kind of get lost in the mix. Well, you know, like I said, I mean, there's some really pretty sections to the zone, but it's like, yeah, a lot of it's just kind of, I don't know, Lotro's version of flyover country? What's a good term? I don't know. I mostly just prattle it on. That's what I do. The Midwest of Middle Earth, there you go. Well, if I'm not a Haradrim Slayer advanced yet, I gotta be getting pretty close. I'm on my way. 125 of 240. That is good news. That means I can kill plenty more. So I must be at the far western edge of Osgiliath somewhere. Yeah, I don't know I've even been to this part of the city. Normally when I get here I'm not this far over level. There we go. Who the hell else is shooting me? There's a lot of dang Easterlings over here. Holy cow. think the Springfest comes back next week. I know Hardhead is excited to get a certain lawn decoration. Yeah, I've never been here from this angle before. It's hilarious. I know right where I'm at, of course. Poor Val. That was not what I meant to do. At this point, if it's gray, I may as well not even bother fighting. Of course, I think I can go up this way. The quest I've got right now is to find Faramir's 4 rangers and assist them. So I got to go all over the city. Robbie XOX says, can you see Minas Tirith all the way from Osgiliath? Yeah, they're actually not that far apart. You can definitely see Osgiliath from Minas Tirith too. I think we probably want to kill some orcs. Yeah, I'm only at 11 of 240 for Beast Slayer Advanced. Here's one of the rangers.
We must protect Gondor at all cost. We must protect
barrels of
Gondor
weapons.
at all cost.
What else you got for me?
Osgiliath is crawling with
Patrol
foes.
the Great Bridge. Alright, I can do that. Tommy Lawless checking in. Hi, Tommy. Alright, it says, poor Val, what'd I miss? Oh, Zinger was just anticipating you getting another garden gnome during Springfest. One, try like 20. Exactly. So I don't really need to head down into the culvert yet, because I've already been there and picked up some quests. So we'll just go around and find the rangers and wander back in there at some point. If she's going to let a really good talking head song inspire her, more power to her. Hopefully there's not a roving threat here tonight. This bridge is often either patrolled by a large troll or half troll and or a Mûmakil roving threat. And it's my good fortune that neither is here at the moment, so. I'll see if I can make my way over to the House of Healing. I need to go forward a little more. It's usually where I jump down to go into the culvert, so I don't have to jack with these guys over here. But these guys should be mostly grayed out, so I don't have to... It just gets... It's like Goblin Town. I mean, you don't want to have to fight your way through everything all the time, over and over. Osgiliath has tons of foes, and a lot of them are on quick respawns. There we go. So it can make working your way through here a little bit tedious. Used to be worth it to get the scrolls, but now I think with the new LI system you're not going to have to grind as hard. Just level up, reforge, replace old traceries with new traceries. You're good to go. That's my plan anyway. Till Chromite shows up and tells me I've got it all wrong, I'll stick with that plan. The Baths of Ostaher. Tommy Lawless is on spring break finally. That is good news. Houses of the Healing. I don't think the ranger's inside. Yeah, here he is. Good. I was going to say, I thought he was outside somewhere. I was surprised I couldn't see him when I turned that corner.
Cost. The Mûmakil host must be defeated.
Basically, not really even all the worth to use the enchantment runes until the high level ones and you reforge, since reforging basically catches you up every time. Yeah, I like the new system. I think they made it a little overly fussy. They could have simplified it, but I don't know. It's their game. They can design it however they want. What are these things called? That's a tracery. The other things. Where are those other things? There. Enchantment runes. Why there needs to be 4 different tiers of them, completely unnecessary. Did not need to be that complicated. I kind of get why you want 4 different levels of traceries, But to have 4 different levels of enchantment runes to power up the traceries, it's like, okay, whatever. Got a tune, almost ready for Moria. Yeah, that should be pretty interesting, hard hit. That will be a unique experience. But even without understanding why they wanted 4 different levels of Tracery Ruin, I think it's still better than the old system. Okay, I think we're good in here. Obviously you're taking it easy with leveling or min-maxing for group content at different levels. Having them pumped up at lower levels is nice, but meh. Yeah, the DPS boost alone makes it all worth it.
Ithilien is crawling with foes. The Rangers will not
Search for the
surrender,
eastern bridge
Osgiliath.
to the Dome of Stars. Okay. We ride for the Dome of Stars. And for glory. Oh, there's my drinking problem again. I don't drink from cans that much. That's funny. I missed my mouth. It leaked out part of the side. That's okay. I need to get a Coke Zero. That thing is empty. What if Mrs. Mustafa just magically appeared with a Coke Zero for me? That would be awesome. You should get some merch. Start with a bib, Ed Mustafa. Merch does seem to be the hot ticket lately. You're not wrong about that. I think I need to be on that bridge over there that actually crosses the river. We'll try that next. See how that works out for us. Can't squeeze through that opening. I gotta go all the way back and weed my way through here, huh? I can do that. Oh, good, more Easterlings, including those pesky battle cats. They did not make it. He did not make it. And he did not make it. You've found the bridge and should now search for the Lost Ranger. What I thought about doing was getting a picture of me holding up a Coke Zero bottle, like, and then getting Mrs. M's friend Pam to, like, Andy Warhol it, and maybe do, like, 4 pictures of Big Ed Mustafa holding up a Coke Zero can with his blue Magnum pose, and making that a t-shirt. I don't know who the hell would want to buy one, but it'd be funny. Nothing else, I could give a couple away on stream. But that would require ambition. Dropped from a great height. What? There's something dangerous inside the Dome of Stars. Who would have guessed? Robbie says, some years ago I was very interested in Lotro. I was pretty much about to jump in and stick for a long time. But then I saw there's no option to play as a character from the evil faction. That was the deciding factor that stopped me from trying out the game, as it would add so much more depth and allow you to immerse yourself more fully. Actually, I think that's been in the game for a long time. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Oh, I don't know if I can get back to the main menu. I'll try it. We'll see. But they have player versus monster player. You can play as wargs. You can play as spiders. You can play as orcs. So yeah, that's a whole thing, and there's 2 different PvMP areas in the game, including one in Osgiliath where I'm at right now. But there are a lot of players who enjoy playing as, we call it freeps versus creeps, free people versus the creeps. And there's a lot of creep factions. Arkenstone is very popular for PvMP, and yeah, it's a big deal. So playing as the monsters or the evil faction is a big part of the PvP scene. Oh, good to know, but can you create such characters to complete the storyline? Well, it'd have to be a completely different storyline. There are quests inside of the Ettenmoors, but nothing significant. I haven't found the PvMP aspect to be all that compelling. You know, I've played games like EVE Online and first-person shooters. If I'm going to fight other players, I'm going to fight other players, not necessarily just do this fun little role-playing thing. But I've had a good time out in the moors on occasion. The problem is, a lot of times when we've gone out there, there hasn't been anything going on. And the other problem with most PvP stuff is a lot of players won't even engage unless they have overwhelming numbers in their favor. It's like, well, I don't want to get killed, so unless I'm guaranteed a victory, I don't want to fight. It's like, okay. Whereas if you go play a game that's more pure player versus player, you're just not going to run into that mindset as much. But I think this has been in the game. Boy, if this wasn't in beta, it was around for a very, very long time. Hopefully somebody else can remind us when this was this part of Lotro originally, or was this added fairly early on? I don't know. John D212 says it was. Yes. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I remembered looking at Monster Play. Well, because I played an open beta and didn't subscribe. I've never subscribed to Lotro, which is a bit unfair to the developers. It's a fantastic game. But, yeah, it was just a case where I liked the game. I thought it was a little boring when I first played in beta. I just took an elf through Arid Luin, and it was kind of like, this game's really pretty, it's got great music, and it's kind of a snooze fest. That was just my initial impression. And I didn't subscribe, and it wasn't until after Lotro went free to play I came back. And because it was free to play that brought me back to the game, I thought, you know, it's a great game. I don't think I want to subscribe. So the way I've given back is by trying to promote it here on Twitch, let people know about it, show off the game, talk about its good points, being perfectly honest about its bad points so people don't play it with unreal expectations. But it's got one of the best free-to-play models of any game on the market. I mean, I've got everything unlocked except Gundabad because they haven't made it available for Lotro points yet. I've got a 130 level character, I've got a bunch of 120 level characters and 115 level characters. And, you know, I've got the whole game basically unlocked without ever having to spend a nickel of my own money. Yeah, I've spent a little more time, I do a little bit of grinding to be completionist and earn my Lotro points. But yeah, it's very fair. You can subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. But it's terrific. OSU Cowboy says, yes, Ed PVM was in beta. That's what I thought. Ginger says it was added later, but not much later. Oh, John D says it was their response to PvP outcries. And it's a pretty good balance. I mean, yeah, to do a complete quest chain for evil characters, that would require as much development work as the main storyline. Plus, I mean, they lose. So I don't know how you'd wrap that up. That's the thing I wished for, a gameplay showing the evil side, giving you the ability to complete the game by creating characters like Orc or maybe a race similar to the Nazgul. I don't disagree. I think there's some real potential there. We've seen games like that, Dungeon Keeper, Darkest Dungeon, where you're supposed to be setting, well, not Darkest Dungeon, I think you play the hero, but games where they give you the Dungeon Master role and you're supposed to create traps and pitfalls for adventurers and things like that. But yeah, I remember when I was playing pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons, we were at our local game store and I asked Bob, the owner, I'm like, are there any modules that anybody's ever created for an evil based party? And he just looked at me like I had just, what are you talking about? The whole point of the game is good over evil. I don't know that's true, but okay. But yeah, he just thought the question was outlandish. Like, of course nobody would ever make an evil-themed campaign. But, if somebody's out there looking for a game development idea, write one so people can play the bad guy. I think there'd probably be a market for it. I remember when Star Wars Galaxies first shipped, and, becoming a Jedi was supposed to be a super rare feat. And then by the end, they acquiesced to the player base, and everybody was a Jedi. But, imagine I don't even know you could do it as a Lord of the Rings licensed game because of the licensing restrictions. They're very careful about the intellectual property and what you can and can't do with it, which is one of the reasons why full-blown player versus player has been so impossible to implement. And instead you get things like the tournament server or player versus monster player out in the Etten Moors, because the licensing agreement just doesn't allow for full-on player versus player. But if somebody were to develop a Dungeons and Dragons style, Lotro style game where you could play, and I don't want to insult anybody's favorite game. I'm going to say I think Warcraft might be as close as exists right now, but frankly I don't think the storytelling is particularly compelling in World of Warcraft. If it was, I probably would have stuck with that game. But I would love a Coke Zero, sweetie. Mm? And I love you. I think she's going to take pity on me and actually bring me one.
Is that weird?
What's going on, Nick?
I'm streaming myself.
Awesome. See what Nick is streaming. Yeah, I was just thinking, man, I hope Nick pops in and says hi tonight. I haven't talked to you in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Now that you let Donnie off the hook about getting you a shirt, it's like you got no reason to even hang out with me.
That was a good reason to let Donnie off, though.
That was a good reason. Very good reason.
New wrestling game came out today, so I'm playing that.
Nice. So for those of you who don't know the story, but you know Donnie and Rem, we were in my channel a couple weeks ago, and I I just jokingly said to Donnie and Nick and Rem, I'm like, hey, if you guys don't have anything going on this weekend, why don't you come up to Omaha? We'll hang out and go get chicken wings or something. And Rem was like, yeah, Donnie, you should go. You've got plenty of money. And Donnie's like, I don't have money. And Rem goes, well, you should have your sister take you. And then Donnie, without even batting an eye, goes, how about if your sister takes me? And Nick thought that was so funny, he just couldn't hardly stand it. Listening to Donnie pull the sister card out on Rem.
So good.
It was pretty good. Yeah, that was a moment. And I think we were just hanging out in Discord. I wasn't streaming, so I can't clip that. That was just a moment that was organic, and you had to be there for it.
You just have to believe us.
Yeah. Thank you, Pookie.
Yeah, no, my neck's been really bad, so I haven't really been staying up too late.
All right. Did you ever get that date you were working on a couple weeks ago?
She ghosted me, so no.
She what?
She ghosted me, like, just turned off contact for some reason.
Oh,
Nothing I
man,
did,
that's
apparently.
harsh. Yeah, that's weird.
It's whatever.
That's a bit of a shame.
That's alright, no worries.
There are plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah, if you're an Easterling in Osgiliath tonight, you are having a bad day. I've been killing these guys half a dozen at a time just for giggles.
Get some gigs.
WWE 2K22. Was that by 2K Sports, I take it?
Yeah, they messed up 2 years ago. It was like the worst game of the year and barely worked and crashed everybody's systems and stuff, so they took a year off and this was their redemption, and I pre-ordered it for my birthday, and it did not, so far, so good.
So, do I owe you a happy birthday wish?
Like 3 weeks.
Okay, it was Geekster's birthday yesterday.
It's Nate's birthday on the 17th, and then mine on the 27th.
Nate
Happy
would be
birthday.
Nick's brother, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say Geekster? I meant Sir Waffles.
Sir Waffles, happy birthday.
That is my bad. I think I mix them up occasionally in my own mind because their names are about the same length and they're kind of like two-word names. I don't really mix them up, but just one of those things that I sometimes say Geekster when I mean Sir Waffles and vice versa. Trying to get back to that ranger near the halls of healing. Oh, here he is. Good, I found him. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I thought I recognized that doorway. Just got turned around trying to work my way back here.
Must be defeated.
All right. Oh, I'm still at 11 of 12 for Beasts in Southern Athelion. That's funny. Wouldn't have thought that would be too tough to complete, but there you go. Ed was mixed up because he spent the whole day at Carly Rae Revival concert. And that's a good way to separate them because Geeks Tour is from the land of Carly Rae. I don't hold it against him, though. I still think he's an okay person, even though his country produced her. More gummy worms. Hey, do you cook right? You ever made homemade waffles? I have. I think I've made waffles from scratch. Mrs. Mustafa and I don't have a waffle iron ourselves, but I have made waffles and like them. In fact, I was mentioning earlier about how much we like Vietnamese food. There's a Vietnamese restaurant that specializes in banh mi style sandwiches down in Lincoln, Nebraska, and one of the other things they make are these waffles made with coconut milk in the batter. They're absolutely fantastic, and they just serve them fresh off the waffle iron with a little bit of powdered sugar on them, and it's a really nice way to finish a meal. It's like, that was super yummy, and we want more of those. I don't know how many of those waffles Mrs. Mustafa and I could sit down and eat. It's a lot, though. I've never made my own gummy worms. Another one of those battle cats. I was anticipating running into a few of those if you guys saw the Twitter message I put out announcing the stream tonight. If you're not following me on Twitter, you're not alone. But if you are following me on Twitter, I work on at least trying to make my messages mildly amusing. Sometimes I even succeed, I think. Hi Pookie, what are we doing? Drinking some of my Coke Zero? That was weird. They also produced Norm Macdonald, so there are some winners in the mix. There's a lot of stuff to like about Canada. Gordon Lightfoot, Rush, Poutine. Back bacon. That's Canadian bacon to you Yankees. A lot of good beer out of Canada. Molson. Moosehead. Flip-flops in the snow. Labatt's, thank you, hard hit. Whereas I think Carling Black Label is a Canadian beer. I've never actually drank it myself. I remember it being really cheap when we were in high school and college. And that was just one of those no-go beers. Probably should have tasted it before I decided to poo-poo it. Because I've had cheap beer that I like. Keystone comes to mind. Pabst and Red, White, and Blue are okay. I don't mind those. In fact, I even drank a Schaefer's one time when I was thirsty and it was cold. And I'm like, yeah, that'll work. So I might be okay with Carling's Black Label. I've just never actually tried it. But I know some of my friends who did were like, oh, that stuff's nasty. So let's just say I never heard a good enough statement about it to where I felt compelled to try it. What the hell am I doing? Free imprisoned rangers. I can do that. Flee! Run for freedom, my friend. Run away! I think this is where she's going to switch from coughing to sneezing. Yes. Nothing to be alarmed about. Mrs. Mustafa does that regularly. Actually, I think it was Sunday night, Monday morning, we got 2 or 3 inches of snow. And Mrs. M wanted me to walk her out to her car in the morning in case she slipped. So I went out in my bare feet, walked through the snow. It was cold and a little slippery, but I'm glad I did it. Sometimes it's nice to treat your feet like feet, not just the things you stuff into your socks and shoes once a day. I dare say I wish I spent more time barefoot than I do. Be free, you little ranger. 5 of 8, huh? I think I got all the rangers that are out here. I probably have to go into the arena, which is okay. I should be able to clear that out fairly easily. But I still need, I don't even have Half Troll Slayer beginning completed yet. Guess we'll just keep killing half trolls. Killing half trolls, it's good and good for you. Who says Chivalry ain't dead? Exactly. Plus, because I didn't put on socks and shoes, my socks and shoes were still nice and dry when I had to leave for work.
I took a clip from that stream that I had today and I put it on Twitter, and within 36 minutes it's got 1,380 views.
Wow, nice.
I flip out on it. I'm like, yeah!
It got a little dicey there.
How's Mrs. M doing?
Good. She's been really good and stable. Hasn't had any health problems. Her fistula for dialysis is going well, and she hasn't been sick all winter, and yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
She hasn't had a lot of energy, but I'm hoping once the cold weather warms up, she'll feel like getting out and doing some more. Yeah. Well, it's like she came home from dialysis today and just basically slept all afternoon, but that's fine. That's kind of to be expected. It's like, hey, we're going to take all of the blood out of your body and run it through a machine and then put it back. That'd kind of wear me out too, especially if I had to do that 3 days a week. So, overall, she's really doing pretty well. I'm feeling a lot better too. My energy's starting to come back, and I think I'm pretty much over my bout with the stomach flu. Yeah, whatever it was. It was a pretty awful couple 3 weeks, though. That was not fun. That's the worst part about it. It lasted longer than COVID-19 would have. If I'd have just gotten Omicron, I would have been back on my feet sooner.
This better be important. I am quite busy. Is there no end to enemy forces invading our land?
Plus, it's tough just because, you know, with Mrs. Mustafa's cooking, it's really taken away my will to live quite a bit. Anything stomach related, just shoot me and let me die. I hate it. Yeah, I was more stomach adjacent. I guess it was, there was a lot of coughing. There was, it just, nothing tasted right. And I couldn't really eat or drink very much. I had hardly any food for about 10 days. And there was some digestive stuff, but not a lot of it. But it was just, I was very sensitive to taste and smell. I couldn't drink Coke Zero because of Coke Zero, it tasted like there was no water in it. It was all syrup. Everything tasted too sweet, too salty, too bitter. The smell of things bothered me. And I was just exhausted all the time and didn't want to eat or drink anything. I just basically sat around drinking water. I drink a lot of water. I was probably drinking 8 quarts of water a day. I was trying to flush out my system, and crumpled body of a man in the distance. Strange wounds marked the man's lifeless body, and a blunted Morgul blade lies nearby. Types after you got over it, was awkward to convince the hospital to put a Coke Zero IV to readjust your body back to normal. Even after I started feeling better, it's taken me 2 or 3 weeks to start drinking Coke Zero at my normal levels again, which is probably too much, but yeah, it was, you know, I started out just drinking a bottle or 2 a day, and then slowly just kind of getting back to normal. Oh man, that actually would have been useful loot. Most of the stuff I could give a rat's patootie about losing.
Rat's patootie.
Like that feather, I really don't care if I lose that. But now that heritage runes are not completely useless once again.
This better be important. I am quite busy.
That's no good. I don't think I want that on my battle bar. We don't want me accidentally porting out in the middle of a Balrog fight, do we? Like I said, ooh, Half-Troll Slayer of Eastern Gondor complete. Hooray! Alrighty then. Hey, Bacchus checking in. Bacchus was with us on Wednesday when we did the 12-man version of Deeping Wall. If you ever get the chance to run that, it's crazy how much is going on during that fight. Definitely, if you get the chance, run it. I have fun every time we do that. I'm just afraid I'm the only one who enjoys it. I appreciate you guys humoring me if that's the case, but that is such a busy... It's the only 12-man epic battle. And you got siege engines coming in, you got so many orcs and Haradrim climbing the walls, you can't hardly keep track of it. You got side quests, you've got all these banners and captains to protect, and it's just a crazy fight. I love it. Something's chasing me. No? Oh, this bat's mad at me for some reason. That's alright. Ooh, a corpse.
Rem been behaving?
No more than usual, but no worse than usual. Rem's gotta be Rem. I'll just say he's not in trouble with me at the moment, so...
Yeah, it's good.
It is good, isn't it? I'm supposed to find some place to leave those traps. Might have to go back into South Athelion just to clear up some quest slots. Goofy Old Lady says, yeah, I've done some of those, Ed. Yeah, they are fun. You're always welcome to join us on Wednesday nights, Goofy. If you got a character on Evernight. We've just been trying to go through and do all the group content together since like level 5. I need to find these barrels of weapons in the armory. Oh, you run with French Girl Gaming on Wednesdays. Okay. Well, nothing wrong with that. We all love French Girl Gaming. She's good people. It's not like Hard Hit, Goofy. You might have to apologize for hanging out with Hard Hit, but you don't have to apologize for hanging out with French Girl Gaming. I will throw away those emeralds because I really don't need any more emeralds.
The Rangers will not surrender Osgiliath.
Alright, barrels of weapons near the armory. Apparently they're this way. I'm just going to check really quick and make sure they're not hiding barrels of weapons inside the wargs. Oh no, I lost an essence of blocking. Should have saved that and mailed it to Zinger. I think he would have appreciated that.
Some Diet Coke.
Diet's no good. You want to drink the Coke Zero Sugar. Or if you prefer Diet Coke, drink that. I don't really care.
It was $1.
I find Coke's or Diet Coke tolerable if that's the best I can get. Typically, though, if I go someplace and it's Diet Coke, I usually just drink iced tea instead. Bacchus says, "Hey, Nick."
Oh no, Bacchus.
There's 8 of 8.
Oh,
Nice. Keep burping like that, I might think you're my wife.
That'd be a terrible decision right there.
Well, you probably cook about as well as she does. And you're probably better at laundry.
We must protect Gondor at all cost.
Ed, none of that is good for you. I know. But I'm living proof Coke Zero's not bad for you, because if it was, I would already be dead, Goofy. What happened to Big Ed? His face melted off from too much Coke Zero. Although at times I've drank enough of the stuff where even I've been a little bit sick of it. If I sit here on like a weekend day just playing and drinking Coke Zero, eventually Mrs. Mustafa will be like, "Do you need a Coke Zero?" I'll be like, "God, no, bring me some water, please."
Yeah. My body finally needs it.
Well, I drink a lot of water, particularly at work.
Oh, nice. I did not know that.
More than enough to be fairly healthy. A lot of water and hot tea in the morning, and I'll drink iced tea with lunch and meals. But, you know, there's not enough caffeine in iced tea. Ooh, discovered the High Archives and discovered Kandor.
We must protect Gondor at all cost. We must protect Gondor at all cost.
Feel a lot better about unlocking these Osgiliath dailies now that I don't have to run them ad nauseum. He's a hottie for sure. Thank you, Zinger. Keep throwing compliments around like that. The next time you're my prison wife, I might let you be the big spoon once in a while.
The Rangers will not surrender Osgiliath.
Crumbling tome. Crumbling tome. Hello, is your tome crumbling? May I collect it for you, please? See, I sounded just like Benedict Cumberbatch there for a second. I can only imagine the immeasurable power. That's an old joke, Lungerthorn. I forget what quest Zinger and I were running. I think it was out in... I don't even remember. I'm not even going to guess which quest it was. But our characters ended up locked in a big cage, and just out of the blue I was like, okay, I call anytime Zinger and I are locked in a cage together, he's my prison wife. And so it just kind of snowballed from there. Which also reminds me of an inappropriate joke that's frankly not that funny, and I couldn't tell on Lotro stream anyway. But I kind of like the joke, even though it's not that funny. If you like jokes that aren't that funny, you should check out my Discord and hit the Humor of Hard Hit channel. Most of it is appropriate, some of it is highly inappropriate, and all of it varies from not that funny to mildly amusing. But Hard Hit likes his dad jokes, and we gave him his very own place to post them. So if you're just having an off day, you need a chuckle, it's not a bad place to go to see what's new. Wells of Langflood, I think. The big warg. Yep. Sounds about right. If you mean you sounded strange, sure. Yeah, thank goodness Bacchus wakes up at an ungodly early hour of the morning, or he'd never be able to run quests with us. Still looking for bundles of crumbled writings. No idea where to go. If there were a bundle of crumbled writings, where would I be? Oh, I can cross there. Okay. And we'll just run through the fire, because, you know, it's not that big of a deal. If we get all the way over here, we find nothing except smoke. And no crumbled writings. Ooh. Wow, you woke up at 7 a.m. That is fantastic. What the heck am I missing? I was just sure I'd already collected that. That's alright, 6 of 6, we're good. Time to head back out. Excellent point. Singer says, I appreciate when military time is under 12, because math is hard. Nobody wants to have to stop and figure out when the hell 1930 hours is. It's just too confusing for civilians. I was going to say, why does he not have a ring above his head? Because the lag is real. Forgot I'm on Evernight.
Ithilien is crawling with foes.
Apparently I just need to go talk to Malbung back in the culvert. Well, it's easy for you. You were actually in the military. I don't even play Call of Duty or Warzone. I think I know where I'm at. It's got to count for the Space Force or something. It's true. I might have more hours in Apex Legends than Bacchus actually served in the military. Does this bridge cross the river? I expect not. "30 years of continuous service before long?" Yeah, but I mean, how much actual work do you do? That's the real question. And when I was playing Apex, I was grinding it pretty hard. Shh, we don't talk about that. Oh yeah, that's conversation saved more for my OnlyFans page. Ain't grinding at Apex Legends hard hit? Or Bacchus? Now Bacchus is extremely insulted because I called him hard hit. You manage to hug the wall and land on the high part right there. When you jump down, you don't break an ankle. It's a happy thing. So a culvert is a sewer and a cistern is a fresh water system.
What news do you bring, traveler?
Oh, those gloves totally rock. Wow, what a nice pickup. It's way better than the junk I'm wearing.
How's Witcher going?
Pretty good. I made some good progress Tuesday night. I've been streaming Witcher 3 on Tuesdays. Terrific game, absolutely mesmerizing. I'll get stuck in sections, I'll get frustrated, but I generally work my way through them. Plus, since I'm not playing Apex, I think the viewers like watching me get pissy and cuss. So. It's exciting. I'm enjoying it. My only fear is, I mentioned that I bought a couple of games for my niece. She expressed some interest in Witcher 3 because I was talking about it. I think her friends have been talking about the TV series at school too, so she's like, I wouldn't mind playing Witcher 3. So I bought Witcher 3 for her, and I also bought her Stardew Valley. And much to my very pleasant surprise, she went straight for Witcher 3. I thought she'd be playing Stardew Valley, but nope, she went with the hardcore gamer choice. Although I don't think there's anything wrong with Stardew Valley. If you play it and have fun with it, I think that's great. I've never played it, but I'm sure if I did, I'd probably like it. There I go with my microphone button again. Gipio enjoys the death count. Hard Hit enjoys the colorful words. Not a lot of tub bathing in Stardew.
Gipio showed up at my stream earlier.
Nice.
Nice friend.
Yep. I don't think I care that I sold those ears, but we'll check and make sure. Clipped ears, level 93. They might be good for Minas Tirith rep, so I'll hang on to them. Oh, there's those gloves. Those are way better than the gloves I have on. You ever start tabbing between sell and buyback and you leave it on buyback and you start selling stuff that you don't want and then you realize you're just buying back stuff you've already sold because you're not paying attention? It doesn't happen to me a lot, but it does happen to me once in a while. And then I'm just like, Ed, you're a complete idiot. Alright, inventory is managed. We got reputation change. Legacy of Osgiliath. I have discovered all of the discovery points in Osgiliath. And I've earned the title Explorer of Osgiliath.
I gladly welcome your help, even as I fear it comes too late. The Mûmakil host must be defeated.
The rest of these quests are daily repeatables that I don't need. Or don't particularly want to run. So I'll leave them be. I think there's a travel point to get.
With foes.
Let me see if I'm eligible for that. Yeah, friend travel skills. I think I can get the Arnok, return to Arnok. Which, like I said, is of dubious usefulness, but better to have it than not. There we go.
must protect Gondor at all cost.
I don't know if there's anything else worth picking up here. What did we decide I was? Friend? Yeah, I'm not an ally yet. Friend armor, friend jewelry, friend legendary items, friend essences. Nice.
Yeah.
Way to keep it classy on Lotro stream, Nick.
Try.
Friend travel skills, friend decorations. So need the armor any good? Nope. That's a lot of shoulder pads to choose from. Okay then. We better stop talking about her before our ears burn. One! I'm not going to run out of orcs to fight anytime soon. Anytime you get kill some orcs as a quest goal, it's a good quest goal. Oh, don't be calling out the lurkers there, Goofy. Or you can call out the lurkers. I'm good either way. Cadgar103 says, hey, what server? I am on Evernight tonight. I play on all of the free-to-play English-speaking servers. I've got characters everywhere. My main servers are, normally I would say Arkenstone, Brandywine, or Crick Hollow. I've been playing on Evernight so much, I'm on Evernight probably more than any other server. But generally speaking, Arkenstone is my home server. Stupid troll. Okay then. I play on Laurelin because I started off in Europe but moved to the US. I play on here with a bunch of friends on Wednesdays, and we wanted to pick a server that we didn't all already have a bunch of characters on, so Evernight seemed like a likely choice since most of us are North American.
Captain Faramir is not here. He was pursued
Defeat more
by
orcs.
a terrible apparition.
Search the northwest area for another of Damrod's men. Okay, we can do that. Might transfer to EN. All the servers are good, you know.
I'm out of here.
Alright, man, have a good night. Hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to you more this weekend, get to feeling better, and oh, there's a Goblin Slayer deed, too? There's me not paying attention. Who knew? Orcslayer Advanced should be in pretty easy reach. If you wandered in here by mistake tonight and you're like, man, this Big Ed Mustafa guy is terrible. He can't really be a streamer, can he? I am. You can check out my own personal channel at twitch.tv, Big Ed Mustafa. Remember, as a Twitch streamer, I'm desperate for your validation and approval, so feel free to throw me a follow. And you can catch me just about every night between 10 and midnight or later Eastern time or server time. Mondays and Thursdays I generally take off, but I am on the other 5 nights of the week. You are welcome to come by, say hello, watch me behave badly on my own channel. Donnie's heading out too. Donnie, you have a great night, buddy. Thanks for hanging out with us. Take care. Long way to go yet for Beast Slayer Advanced. I don't think the stupid Uruk count as orcs, oddly enough. The Urukai are their own group, and they... So where am I going? Not back up there. Up over here, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that must be a half-troll chasing me. Could be in here somewhere. Maybe back this direction. Canna checking in. Big Ed Mustafa's a great streamer, especially when he finishes late at night. Better than when I fish late at night. I do like to do my fishing, Canna. How's it going, buddy? We found Gelnor, but he is alone and there is no sign of Faramore.
Many of the Orcish forces are led by
Dig
a
through the
terrible
rubble
man,
near the
clad
fountain.
all in armor. He is Gothmark.
Where's this rubble I'm supposed to be digging through? Nice. There's some rubble. Nice. I have found an orc message. I need to go back to the culverts with that? Okay, we can do that. I'm not too far away, I don't think. Alright, I might be a bit far away from the culverts. But I know the way. Y'all miss my southern drawl? Of course we do, Kiana. Bats and rats and slugs all count towards that beast slayer deed. Crawlers do not. So I don't need to attack this crawler, but I did anyway. But these Easterlings do count towards Easterling Slayer. And that scavenger rat counts towards Beast Slayer. I guess I need to go up here. I just joined because I can't sleep and I knew Ed would fish before he signs off. If I don't put you to sleep, Kiana, nothing can. You are up for the night. Bacchus says, I need to head off, sadly. Need to take the bike for a wash and get some breakfast. Have a great rest of your stream, Ed. Looking forward to the next one, and take care, chat. See you here again soon. Bacchus, thanks for hanging out. Have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. So there's a guy who's got some stuff going on. He's getting out, enjoying his weekend. Like the dude, I abide in taking it easy for all the sinners out there.
What news do you bring, traveler?
I bring glad tidings of great joy. Let's see what we got. Don't need that. I can't imagine he needs any more scrolls. Okay then.
I cannot read much of this message, but I know it means trouble. Our enemies have brought a great weapon to Osgiliath, a mighty ram called Grond.
We're gonna go search for Grond. That sounds super fun. Alright, with apologies, I was really hoping to make it 3 hours streaming tonight. I know it's close. Oh, I might have made it. Let's check. I think I started on, it's probably right at 3 hours right now. Is this not working? Oh, it's at 3 hours. 3 hours and 6 seconds right now. Okay, close enough. Best to finish with a couple dips of the rod. Yep, you're right. We'll get some fishing in just for Canna. I don't want him awake because I didn't get my fishing done. So the rule is, as long as you make 3 casts and pull in 3 catches, you have fished on stream. And we will do that. As I've clearly managed my inventory, done task item turn-ins. I haven't done a lot of crafting, but that's okay. I don't think there's any place to craft in Osgiliath. Let's see what the culverts hold. Just click to 3. We made it 3 hours, thank goodness. First cast. Dirty Skull. Second cast. Dirty Skull. Actually, that's funny. If I just keep pulling those, they're fairly valuable. You could turn that into a decent stack of cash after a few casts. Canna says, I'm pretty tired, so... Well, good. Hopefully this is the knockout punch that you need. I caught a pike. Just for Canna, I might do 5 casts. 15-pound salmon. Nice. You need to stop by for one of my farming quests, Canna. You'd be asleep for a week. Dirty Skull. That's pretty funny. So we got some fishing in. I got plenty of quests to work on here. Or I could move on to Minas Tirith. I think I have enough shattered hatchets. I'm going to get to Kindred here in Eastern Gondor. I don't think that's going to be an issue. So I may just go ahead and move on to Minas Tirith because I've done Osgiliath a lot. Let's see which one of our friends is streaming Lotro right now. El Galadwin, and she is also a Lotro Stream Team member. So we will go raid her. Professor Teacher G is streaming. French Girl Gaming is streaming, but she's playing Swords of Legend. Good for her. It's always good to mix it up. You don't want to just play one game all the time. Since El Galadwin is a Stream Team member, we're going to go say hi to her. Feel free to pop by and say hi to French Girl Gaming or Professor Teacher G if you'd like. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.